cloud providers are on track to spend nearly $600 billion on capital expenditures by 2026 to build the physical infrastructure for the AI industry. Looking at the top dials from 2024 to 2026, corporate leaders report a 40-point revenue surge and 59-point productivity jump. But workforce data shows a different trend. The net impact on employment dropped below zero, hitting -2 points. This shift indicates that enterprise AI investment is driving a structural reduction and reallocation of Wall Street's analytical labor model. Institutional finance was built on passive data retrieval. For decades, analysts used traditional terminals to manually search for and screen historical pricing or fundamental records. Active, execution-oriented agentic networks are replacing that model. These systems are engineered to complete complex, multi-step analytical workflows with minimal human input. Deploying these tools in a bank is not immediate. Organizations like FINRA enforce strict, technologically neutral rules covering supervisory frameworks, record-keeping, and fair dealing. Because standard large language models operate as black boxes, they can act outside their intended authority. In a regulated environment, hallucinating a financial metric or exposing sensitive client data is a severe legal liability. To function in institutional finance, an AI agent must be 100% sourced, auditable, and legally defensible. In mid-2026, FactSet and Google Cloud launched a partnership to address these constraints by creating an architectural solution to the hallucination problem. The core of this system is the Model Context Protocol, or MCP. It is a standardized bridge that connects three components: a host application like Google Gemini, the MCP client connector, and an external server housing FactSet's official book of record. When an analyst prompts the agent to calculate a portfolio risk metric, the text query enters the host model and passes through the MCP connector layer. The large language model does not calculate the math dynamically. Instead, the MCP server retrieves a pre-calculated, verified value from the database. This architecture ensures every analytical output includes a traceable citation, linking the result back to the primary financial data source. By outsourcing the math to a verified system of record, the MCP protocol satisfies the regulatory requirement for clear audit trails. System-level governance is necessary when autonomous agents have the power to execute multi-step tool calls without human oversight. This diagram shows Google Cloud's model armor acting as a security perimeter. It intercepts outbound tool calls and authenticates the traffic against strict allow or deny policies to prevent data leakage. FactSet is applying this architecture in the wealth management sector through its partnership with Tiffin.ai. To protect sensitive information, Tiffin.ai's agentic engine operates entirely within FactSet's secure infrastructure. Client portfolio data never leaves the corporate perimeter. Financial intelligence relies on the ability to merge verified public market data with sensitive internal records without breaching the security perimeter. The financial terminal market is split between two competing strategies: closed proprietary ecosystems and open protocol-driven partnerships. Bloomberg maintains a walled garden strategy. They invested in their own 50 billion parameter model, Bloomberg GPT, which is trained specifically on their proprietary FinPile dataset. FactSet is using an open MCP approach. Instead of building a foundation model from scratch, they prioritize cloud-agnostic workflow automation. LSEG has taken a similar path, partnering with Microsoft Copilot to grant AI agents access to their 33-petabyte historical data lake. Competitive standing depends on whether a platform's architecture allows institutions to safely and legally deploy autonomous agents against their data. These architectural changes are the primary driver of the employment trends established at the start of the video. Roughly 22% of active corporate AI projects are now explicitly designed to operate in a fully autonomous state without human intervention. This chart shows the roles absorbed by these systems. Administration accounts for 23% of affected positions, customer service 11%, and research 10%. Hiring priorities are shifting. Institutions are reducing entry-level data roles, opening positions for generalists to govern and audit automated workflows. The deployment of auditable agents is actively shifting Wall Street's labor demand away from data processing and into workflow governance. Initial market forecasts suggested that generative AI would commoditize traditional financial data providers. FactSet's transition to an agentic architecture shows the opposite. Raw data alone is insufficient for institutional execution. The modern moat relies on building structural, verifiable workflows that combine public data with private models in a compliant environment. Raw information is cheap. Auditable financial intelligence is the indispensable asset.